Hey, we are live and ready for some Wednesday pirating, and they're not even really pirates anymore. I'm just wrong on every count. No, they're pirates at heart, if not in legal status. So we've got our Wednesday group, Sans Malval Savage, which we will see how things go without the intrepid captain. But first off, real quick, thank you for tuning in and watching our stream. If you would like to, you can always support and add some good vibes via Ko-fi, whatever it's called, and, by subscribing to our Discord, and you can chat us up, and it's fun times. And you can also find open games at Start Playing Games, or Start Playing Games, I should say. And all of our music today is brought to you by Tabletop Audio, because it's nice and free and fun and actually really good quality. Enjoy it a lot. It's good stuff. And if you want to throw some inspiration, some treasure boosts to these scurvy pirates, you may do so in chat using the point system. Now, last week, after getting a heading for what seems to be the last piece of Rudis needed in order to complete their second sextant, our intrepid crew has set course. Also seems to be leading roughly the same direction they need to be going in order to get to what is being called the end of the world, or a place in which the astral sea can be accessed. The astral sea required in order to set Kea, their little creature that was birthed out of various means by their ship and ship's personality, Gaius, in order to potentially be able to create a new world. The size of which and how it's meant to fully come to pass is yet to be totally seen, but yet they have gone. Now, following that heading, it eventually pointed straight below them into the sea. And so, with a few magical enchantments, they began their descent. After going some distance, they ran into a large creature with a tentacle-like tail and a large, sharp, animalistic, almost a amphibian, canine, feline mixed together type of mouth, rows of teeth like a shark that attempted to rend them asunder. They were able to defeat this creature and continue down, and slowly made their way and saw two similar creatures. Linking these to some of the material they swam through above, they realized that three of these creatures had hatched recently, and before them saw a cluster of similar eggs growing large, and beneath it a tentacle a size of their boat that drifted off past where they could see, getting the sense that whatever this belongs to is sleeping. They have some decisions to make, as these things seem to be latched onto a rock that contains what is unmistakably a shiny piece of Rudis. So, swimming above, seeing the scene below you, crew of the Wild Bloom, what would you like to do?
I would have seen Simon's axe and javelin bounce off of this creature, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I would swim over to Simon and unbuckle my rapier. It's not quite what you're used to, but hopefully this will be able to penetrate the next one's skin if we have to fight it. And you can add a Moon touched rapier to your inventory for the time being.
Okay.
This is all telepathically still, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we're still on the berries.
Okay.
Otherwise, it'd be
I mean, we can breathe water.
Well, yeah, my thought was like we need to be silent.
Yeah. Water travels really. I mean, sun actually travels pretty well underwater, almost too well.
Right. Right. What I say, just talking to everyone in their mind. So we shall get the peace as quickly and quietly as possible. Finn, do you think you're able to acquire it without making too much commotion?
I have full confidence in being able to do this. I am also concerned, however, about what do we do about the rest?
Well, once you get back to a safe distance, maybe we could make as much destruction as we can, but we should teleport back to the boat as soon as we start that.
Punk, don't we need 2 pieces of Regis to complete your sextant?
Yes. Though, there's no guarantee there's a second anywhere near here. We'll have to use the sextant to find the next one.
Very well. Jajal, are you approaching then?
Yeah. What does it look like as I get closer?
So you're getting closer. Make a stealth check.
Yes, please. 20. Not natural. Dirty.
Okay.
Filthy.
As you get closer, you see that some of these, there's at least 8 here that are somewhat close to maturation. Others look like, if you had to guess, maybe there's a week or 2. The youngest here look like it would take 3 weeks for them to hatch. Lead you to believe that this has been going on for some time, but knowing when a lot of these pieces first fell, that sort of makes sense if this began this process.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Does the gem look like, or the stone look like it's just rooted? Like it had just fallen? It looks like it was nested around and
Yeah, so it
wrapped
seemed to fall, and what it looks like is that there's at least a tendril, almost like tiny roots, like out of like garlic that's been pulled up from each egg, is kind of wrapped a little bit around this piece that itself has been secured via some algae and various things to a base rock. And they seem to be drawing energy from that for their growth.
Let me check. That's inhaled. That's inhaled. That's inhaled. Ingested.
Don't
What
do
is
drugs
this?
right now, Jajal.
No, I am trying. What does this do? Torpor. No, because a liquid would just dissipate in underwater. Never mind. For a second there, I was like, maybe I could poison the stems and it would just kind of create like a rippling effect. But I don't know. If I pop open a little vial underwater, it's just going to cloud
Alright.
out.
Joe, do you have inspiration already?
I just grabbed one from chat. Thank you very much.
Okay. Kaljum, are you handing
Yeah,
those out?
I'm helping.
Okay.
Well, telling people they're there so that
Yes.
we can grab them.
Okay, cool. Then I'll keep it in mind. The
Thank
inspirations
you.
will be facilitated by Kaljum. Perfect. I'm totally happy with that.
All right. So I guess at this point, I'm going to get a vibe check from the group. Do you all want to clump together so that way as soon as I grab this and there's a reaction, we can hightail it out of here?
Yes, I would grab it and then swim to us as fast as you can. We'll be close and then cause some destruction and leave.
Okay. With the way the piece is rooted, would I have to grab my dagger and just kind of slice it off?
Be you look, and these seem to be somewhat thick, so this isn't going to be one movement.
Hmm.
This is going to be a little bit. That's going to cause these eggs to begin to float, and you're not sure what will happen at that point.
See. That's noxious gas. Well, then I will pull out the returning dagger, give the signal that I'm starting, and find probably the biggest piece and start cutting away at it.
Okay. So, are you trying to cut at the kelp that's holding it down, or the eggs that are on top of it?
Good question. I believe my intention is to free it from what's holding it under and then just pull it out.
Okay, so it's attached to the rock by kind of this algae concoction, and then a little bit by the fact that some of the eggs are on it and the eggs are held onto the rock.
I would go for the algae first,
Okay.
assuming that as soon as I disturb or interrupt the eggs, that somebody's going to notice.
Okay. Perfect. Go ahead and make an attack roll. And I think
This is going to be with the dagger, right?
yeah, is the dagger piercing? I think it is. So I think you're okay.
It is a piercing.
You're fine.
That is a 27 to hit.
Okay. Roll your damage. You
So
say
the
right,
base
it's like-
roll is...
Yeah, for
is
this, go
9.
ahead and take sneak attack.
All right. 9 and 14.
Okay.
So 23.
Okay, good. So very quickly, holding it down so it doesn't lift up just yet, and you quickly have to realize you have to almost anchor yourself to this rock, or it threatens to go up and cause some commotion. Make an athletic. I guess this would be a strength save.
Strength.
Mhm.
I'm going to burn inspiration because that is not very good for me. 17 with a
17.
-1.
Attaboy.
17. You quickly put your legs around the base rock, going, and holding it as it seems to want to float up quickly with its anchoring. Something about this particular piece seems buoyant, and it's been held down here purposefully.
Huh. Okay. And so now the kelp is free and I can see the top of it, and now it's just wrapped around with the eggs.
Yeah. And so you probably have about 3 inches here where you're holding on to it, because you haven't stretched these tendrils at all.
How's it going down there, Jajar?
I have this really floaty rock that I kind of want to keep.
All right, well, we will keep it after we get to the boat.
Okay.
But
yeah.
try not to cause too much commotion so you can get back here safely.
I will do my best. Okay. So with one hand, my left hand around the rock, my right hand kind of gripping the dagger, but also using the remaining fingers to kind of lift it, I can see there's a point of tension, I'm assuming.
There's several points of tension. So this is like, think of it as hundreds of strands of rope coming off
I don't have
all
anything
onto the rock.
good for this.
Can you use your tail?
I don't know, because I feel like the tail's probably helping with the rock. I feel like I'm probably upside down. I think from this point, I'm going to try to wedge the dagger under the gem and start going back and forth and seeing if I can get any type of leverage or if I can feel any of the tension loosening.
Take an
Okay, so
inspiration.
you're not trying to cut right now?
More of like a wedging with the blade. So if it
Okay.
starts to cut,
Gotcha. Okay. I would say just make a dexterity check.
all right. Then I just click on the dexterity icon
Uh-huh.
at the top. No proficiency.
Right.
That is a 11, so 16.
16. Okay. So you get it under there. Say now you're on it. I would say with this, you think I'm going to say with an AC of 17, you might be able to make a clean strike if that's what you want to do and separate it all at once.
That is precisely what I would like to do. And I will do that with a dagger and hopefully roll with advantage with inspiration. Thank you, by the way.
Yep, there's another one coming. Another one,
And
yeah.
so, may I go ahead and make that attack roll?
Yeah.
All right. Come on. Ooh, good, because one was a 7, so this is a 22.
Okay. So with that in one, whoom, these pods begin floating.
Oh, boy.
Now, how fast do they float up?
I'm going to say they rise at a rate of 100 feet around.
Oh wow, faster than I was expecting.
And about how far is your jaw from us?
The jaw has gone forward 100 feet.
Okay.
Damn, we
So
should have
they will
just
they will basically
held
hit
them
us
like
around.
balloons.
We
Okay, so when this
I-
happens,
Go ahead.
okay, when this happens, there is this thick black substance, not a fog cloud, but something else oily that just spreads out like psh, almost explosively from these pods. It doesn't hurt, but you see the tentacle below you begin to move.
Okay, everyone, get ready to move.
Okay,
if you have the uses,
Oh.
teleport through us, and then let's teleport to the boat.
I know Tonk was going to say something
Tonk.
real fast.
I will use a 3rd level vortex warp to pull Jajal from where he is to the middle of us.
Nice.
I don't even know what that is.
It's like teleport, or
J-
it's like
J-
Misty Step for someone else, basically.
Jajal, do you choose to fail your con save?
If that's the yes, I accept to this. I consent. I consent. I didn't know how to answer that, but yes, I consent.
Does 3rd level make
Consent
it
is important,
100%,
folks. Very important.
Its normal range is 90. For every level above 2nd level, it adds an additional 30 feet to the range.
or- Oh, okay,
Nice.
nice.
So then I just
And
plop
and-
up.
for the record, in Vortex Warp, I can go from any point within range to any point within range. So if I hit somebody on the edge and moved them directly opposite, I could get, 240 feet
Yeah.
of movement with it.
Wow, that's a
Oh,
lot.
so it's both ways.
Yeah, it's a radius, and any
Uh.
point within the radius to any other point within the radius.
Very cute.
Okay.
Can I keep the rock?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, you have the Rudis piece.
Oh yeah, and the radius piece. That too.
Isn't the rock the Radius piece?
Yes, it's the same thing.
Oh, I thought there was like the rock that like came up that I was holding on to. I want to keep the floaty rock too.
No,
that
that is
the
the
Rolling
rock.
Rock.
I am so confused. Oh wait.
So remember, this is the piece that was supposed to give us atmosphere, so it might be lighter, trying to float away.
By golly, y'all. This makes so much more sense now. Okay.
Now,
Really embodying your character's intelligence there.
No, it's been a long day.
It's all good. So I'm going to say I will let that happen. You're together, and now just to make this work, because it's going to be touch and go here, I need initiative.
Oh boy, that's not good.
Oof. God, even with advantage, I suck.
Bro, me too. I got one above you.
Do you guys want to try to re-roll it? Because I can do that.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Okay.
Wait, how many
So-
can you give out? Because I think Jajal should definitely re-roll.
Well,
Oh,
when they do that, the big thing is you must take the new roll.
Yeah, exactly. So I can hit 7 things. I'm assuming the Kraken are farther away than 60 feet.
Yes.
Okay. So who would like a reroll? Because if I give it to you, you have to take it.
I would like a reroll.
Okay. To anybody in our group that wants a reroll, take the reroll.
All right, I'll take it. Fuck it. Let me
Okay,
take the
might
first.
as well.
It's just single. So
Yeah, I
you
know.
don't advantage on it.
Well, they're definitely better.
Yeah, it's
14.
No, all right.
You don't. I thought you don't get advantage on it.
Yeah,
No,
that's what said,
I
you
know. I
do
took the
Okay.
first number.
Okay. I got worse, but that's okay. It's not much worse.
Same.
Okay. So Simon, you're at 10. Tonk, you're at 13. Dolo, you're at 14.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Then everything seems accurate. Jajal, 15.
Yep.
Okay. So as this goes out, things start to move. The already hatched ones above, one of which you've already killed, and now with this burst and the eggs moving up quickly have noticed you. They are coming down quickly towards all of you, or they're going to begin to. Calvin, you go first.
I will hold shots with the pistol, with specifically the. Do I have any just of those? Damn. Okay, I need to make those next time. Some of my walloping ricochet ammo
Okay.
to try to knock them prone
Got it. All right.
if they get within 60 feet, because that's my underwater range.
Okay, the first one whoom, moves here. They were roughly 100 feet above you. It is within 60, as it's going to get right in your face.
Yep. 27 to hit
That hits.
for 16 damage, and it needs to make a DC 17 strength save. I don't even know if this thing can fail that.
Yeah, 23.
Okay. Second attack. 18.
That hits.
12. Oh, hold on. I'm forgetting the fire damage. 7 fire. And it needs to make another DC 17 strength save.
20.
Yep. That's it.
Okay, so boo, boo, trying to knock it out. It is super strong, and it is now surrounding all of you. Because it dashed, but that's all it can do. Jajal!
Oh boy. Okay. So are we fighting or running?
It's a toad dude to teleport us out of here.
Okay. Well, let's go. Bye.
And
So
the
where-
ship is a well-known location,
Yeah.
so
Yes.
I imagine we came with like a bubble of water as well. Just
yeah, definitely there's the water on the deck. That is definitely what is happening here. I don't care what the spell says.
What is the name of the one that Mal was directing? If so, I forgot, but I will tell them to get us out of here and to.
Razmeth?
Yes, Razmeth. Razmeth, follow the coordinates. We have to go right away.
Okay. And they begin moving.
I will head down to my room because I feel like this is going to turn into a combat with a Kraken, and I want to have everybody prepped with the cannons.
Well, I guess I'll go to my room so I can control the sunflower.
All right. Somebody get me Gaius or give me the wide boom speed, please.
Yes.
Yeah,
It's pinned. It's pinned.
it's pinned,
All
but
right.
I don't remember the specialty notes of after like Mal's addition because it was like
True.
it got specialty stuff of like it doesn't need the wind anymore, but it still goes like 60 feet or something like that. Let's see.
Yeah, I think it doesn't need when it's 60 feet, maybe.
I
But
think it might have a speed of 60 in the water, which is super fast for a ship.
Yeah, I've got a travel pace. I'm not seeing.
yeah, I do see the one that says 60 by wind, but like you said, there's a thing that we didn't need the wind either to go 60 as well. You said.
That was like Mal's upgrade to the ship.
The speed is 45, but 15 into the wind, 60 with.
Yeah, and then Mal's upgrade was just 60 no matter what.
Yeah, so that's what you got. So excellent. Who is going? So you're giving the ship's turn to Rasmith, which is excellent. So I'm going to say that the ship will move on initiative count 20, which means next round is when it gets to move. All right. So Thola Tonk, what do you? Oh, Tonk, you're running the fast you can. Yeah, if you action dash this round, you can get. Did I say do you need an action to get into your thing? I think you do.
Yeah, it's an action to sync, but I can at least get into the room.
Yeah. So this turn you can get into the room. Absolutely, Thola.
And I'm guessing my room isn't too far if we landed on the main deck.
No, you're real close to that. Just your speed can get you into your room.
Yeah, and I'll go in there and just ready the beam.
You got it.
Definitely seems like a valid point to do it at.
Yeah. You're like, whew. Okay, so you activate the flower.
Yeah, I'm ready. And if the opportunity presents itself where I can use it, I would.
Yeah. So Simon sees this big flower just boom, start to glow bright. It is there.
He's standing very awkwardly on the deck, not knowing what to do.
All right. Excellent. All right. In that case, that one moves up 100 feet.
I would yell just to Simon, there are cannons below if you want to use them.
What's a cannon?
Just go below. Someone will tell you.
Okay. He'll head down below deck then.
I want to look around to see if Simon might have like dropped something when we pulled Simon up out of the water, like a bag, because we jumped into the like it was like, oh hey bud, by the way, we're going back in. To just be like, hey, this is yours.
Okay, so that's what you're doing on your turn?
Oh, I went already, but I just want to be
Well,
looking around.
it's your
and
turn now.
Oh, I'd be like, hey, if I see something like that, I'd like toss it to him before he runs off below deck, not knowing where the hell our guns are,
Or what your guns
or what our guns
they
look
are.
like.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm looking for.
What's
So,
this?
Okay,
do I-
you look around deck and you see what looks like a heavily grime encrusted, almost black. Can't get the word in my head. With rust. What's the word for rust? Can't do this, but
Oh, like
Corroded?
verdigris?
no. Oh wow. Kind of with a black rust all over it. I sound so dumb. And it is
Patina?
Oh, that's what I'm looking for.
Black rust is fine.
Black rust. We got black rust on the. Anyway, it seems encased in this black rust, but it's a circle with the depiction of like a cloud there. But that's all you seem able to find.
I just tell him, don't forget your things.
I have things.
That's not ours. And then
Okay.
I will go to, I guess, I don't need to be in. Would I want to be up there? Yeah, I could be up there. I guess I'll climb up to the crow's nest to have a high vantage point. Now that I'm back in my element above water,
Okay.
just so I could shoot at whatever I need to.
Okay. This one moves its 100. Did y'all?
Oh, you took my spot. Well,
Your whip doesn't reach.
I know. Fine. At this point, I think I'll run over towards the forecastle and kind of lean over, and I'll try to see if I can see under the boat.
Okay.
I don't really have too much else I could do.
Sunflower emits sunbeam, right? Just to make sure.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's what I thought.
Okay. Also, the ship at this point will move to 60 feet. But I believe that's right. It can do a thing where it can dash it. So I think it can move 120 here, if I remember.
Yeah, that sounds right.
All right.
Will we cut up that metal boat?
Then. All right. Then we're going to start with Thola. And this is essentially. Right now, I believe, since you're trying to get away. What's up to you? You trying to get away here? Ideally?
Yeah, away, but yet towards our direction of our, where we want it to be.
Correct. So then this is a kind of runaway chase scene. So we need 7 successes before 7 failures. And Thola, you get to determine what you're going to do first.
Okay. So, I got the sunbeam ready and all that. But my door is open and I'm just yelling not really yelling, but assertively directing all of the kids that are on board to just, tighten up, the sails, make sure everything's in the right direction, getting everyone, to someone, show Simon how to use a cannon and things like that. Make sure they know what they're doing and encouraging them. And, this is a time to be useful and a time of excitement,
Excellent. The crew here recognizes you as, though y'all technically first mate, you do have the quartermaster position as far as the crew cares. As far as these things are, mostly due to your weapon. So in that case, you may make a persuasion check with advantage.
Cool. I will do that. All right. Don't fail me now. Feet, don't fail me now. Okay, it's not bad. You said just a charisma?
Persuasion.
Or
Persuasion.
Sorry. That's 21.
21. Excellent. So lickety split, everybody on board moves, and if you are here to ready the ship or go down to a cannon or to teach Simon, you can also get an advantage out of this. But that's the first one. Tonk.
The Kraken hasn't shown yet, so I don't have anything to shoot at.
All right.
So I'm going to use both of my ship actions to dash, getting another 120 feet.
Okay. Sounds good.
Oh, and I'm guessing that we could use our, the children that we do control per se to do something as well.
Yeah. If you as an option, you can do that.
Okay.
But you already.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to know for future.
Yeah. So I'll say with this, as you're directing the ship, for the speed boost of it, let's go ahead and do Arcana check.
Uh, 26.
26. Okay. So you move forward, understanding exactly how to direct and channel your energy through the ship. Starts to move very, very fast. Simon.
Okay. He has no idea what's going on, what he's supposed to be doing. He's just going to be listening to whatever he's being told to do. Specifically, I think he's going to be looking for heavy things to push, pull, as far as cannons or barrels of black powder or whatever, cannonballs around. That's really all he can do.
All right, this creature made out of wood starts to yell at you, kind of, get over here, this is what we need to do.
It's definitely
Okay.
Cinemoris. Cinemoris is the most familiar with the cannons.
Okay.
Excellent.
Just trying to be helpful with whatever needs to be done that he can help with. He doesn't know
Oh.
what he's doing, but he's doing it with gusto.
At some point, I think Simon might realize that there are probably more tree people on this ship than people.
They're people. Tree people, they're all people.
All right. With that, there's the skies grow dark and the waves begin to become extremely choppy. Lightning starts to rumble. A storm brews in the next 5-mile radius.
Oh,
Okay.
we still have Rary's telepathic bond. I would want to point out to. I will let Tonk know if he doesn't know already, but I will ask him how long it would take to, for that piece to get situated in his sextant.
I don't have it.
I understand that, but if we pass it along to you, could you use it
Right away. Instantly.
All right. Well, I know what I'm going to do on my turn.
Cowjib, it's your turn.
I would, from the crow's nest, like to spot out the Krakens if I could, or be waiting to call direction to tell Tonk like which side they're on, so he can orient his guns where he needs to.
Okay. You look down and you see the waters around the ship are starting to form a loose pattern, circular in nature, giving about 200 feet in diameter. You cannot see any creatures yet.
Oh, shit.
Okay. I guess warn him of the whirlpool that is forming beneath us, and to try to speed boost us, put the rocket jets on to try to get us out of this.
Okay,
Working on it.
All right. So in this, I'm going to say this is going to be a higher one because we've done this before. This is a persuasion check, just to kind of
Okay.
inspire, positively influence.
I'll burn inspiration for this. That's only an 18.
An 18. All right. Well, that is good because it was a +3 to 15.
Sweet.
So, so we'll count that as a success as you're successfully communicating what is happening. That's 3 successes so far. Now guys can make their move with all of Tonk's speed. And yeah. And the environmental effect. So it's moving. You're seeing 200 feet in front of the Kestrel. It's been like so strange, like kind of buoyancy and floating up and streaking straight up 35 feet each is pillars of ice. Not making a total wall, but definitely making it harder and treacherous. Dujal.
So, any person who's spent some time out to sea understands that when the seas get heavy, you have to secure for sea. So, when the ship goes from, hey, let's just chill out for a little bit and wait for everyone to return, to we're going Mach 3, there's some things that haven't necessarily been battened down all the way. There might be some boxes going around. We just went shopping, or we're selling items. So, I'm assuming one of the vines might have snapped, and there's a box going around. So he's going to swing around, try to real quick take the vine, wrap around a bowline knot, and secure it back down, because we don't want flying debris to knock us in the head while we're running from these things.
I love it. Give me an acrobatics check.
Alrighty.
From the seamen. Very well.
That's going to be a natural 20.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Oh, that counts as 2 successes. There you go.
29.
Hell
He's
yeah.
using his hands and his feet, just multitasking,
Tail.
looking like a monkey, not a cat.
Okay, so that means 2 more. So, yeah, going from box to box, you're securing everything that wasn't. The crew hadn't been towed, but Jajal, you know what to do. You have been through storms, and secure is secure. Dola, it is your turn.
The first thing I'm gonna do, just freely, door's still open, looking at what everyone's doing, loving what Finn is doing and securing all the things. I tell him in his mind to get the piece of Regis to Tonk's room right away, and put it in the sextant if you can. If not, just to get it to him, and so he can put it in there, so we can maybe get airborne instantly.
That doesn't make us fly.
Oh, it doesn't? Well, I'll totally give it to us. Give it to him anyways.
It gives us air to breathe once we're on the astral sea. It's the goop once we're in the astral sea that we put on the sails that lets us sail through the astral sea.
Fair enough. But then after that, I would actually just take a minute, right? I'm in my sanctuary right now, so I'd be praying to the Raven Queen to maybe convince some of the gods of the sea and storm to look down upon us and give us, some good weather and break apart what we're going through right now.
All right. Is this divine intervention?
I'll fuck it. Why not? Let's do it. Fuck it. All right.
So you have to roll under your level.
Yep.
Level or under?
Oh, that's not gonna be it. I was close,
Oh,
but not it. If I was at 21, if it was another rolled over, it would have been 1.
oh, that's so rough. Excellent. All right, in that case, make a religion check.
Will you? All right. That's going to be 19 plus 3 for 22.
22. Okay. So you begin to pray, and there's a thing about a fervent prayer at times that can bring focus to you and those who are hearing it, and a certain hope of if we do what we need to do, we can get through this. And that begins to spread throughout the crew. And Tonk, it's your turn.
I'm gonna have the crew use the cannons to shoot up some of the ice.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. In that case, let's make some cannon attack rolls. I believe there's 2 front-facing cannons.
Yeah. Let's see here. Let me double check what the 2 hit is on that.
+6.
+6. Okay.
Oh, that's
well,
something I
that's
need
a
to work
nat 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, just go ahead and roll damage.
4d10.
They're both nat 20s.
Oh my gosh!
What?
I do not know how I did this.
Oh, give me that damage!
Holy.
So 16d10
Wow.
between the 2 attacks.
16d10. Wow.
Jesus Christ.
All once. All once.
What ice pillars at this point? It's gotta be, right?
A 114 damage.
Wow. Wow.
That was
I-
really high damage, too.
Yeah, 50 plus
Yeah.
average.
Ooh. Hitting the center of the mass of this liquid crystal. Shards of ice, almost like a nice snow, like Edward Scissorhands, comes through, gets making a nice little layer of snow, and whoom, you move through. The crystal is blown apart, and whoom, with your speed, you zoom right through. And as you look back, you see the churning center of the whirlpool growing now fierce into a vortex that you can no longer see the bottom of, and it's chasing, but at your current speed and its speed, you keep gaining ground. And gaining ground, a lightning strike rockets down upon the ship, whoom, trying to slow you down. So I need a deck save for the ship.
Who's gonna make that?
Give me 1 second. I'm trying to jump.
I
I'll
just
make
had
it.
2 nat 20s. I don't trust my next die roll.
I'll go ahead and roll it, because I haven't rolled anything yet.
Okay,
Go ahead.
it's -2.
Okay. 14 total.
I was just gonna say, can the ship take an inspiration, but I missed it.
Okay, so it strikes the ship. Electricity rockets through everybody. This is going to be distributive damage for hitting the ship. Which means it's less, but since the ship didn't save, everybody takes it.
I rolled that D100 again. I got a 5.
Why would you do that to yourself?
All right. Wow, that's really, really low on this one. That is 1 lightning damage.
Oh.
Oh, so my lightning resistance does nothing then.
All right. However, you see that actually you don't take any as you see your little amulet absorb the lightning, and pieces of the black fall off.
Oh, okay, cool. Just heal back that 1.
All right.
Still don't know what it is, but it's something.
Okay. Storm is raging now. Since it did hit Gaius, Gaius needs a con save. Not Gaius, but the Wild Bloom.
That one's a +3.
Yeah. You got it.
And there's something
okay.
else.
Can the ship take an inspiration?
As long as you who are doing it, yes,
Yes,
Uh,
I have one.
yes.
Add a +2 to that because of the living vessel ability.
Okay, so it's a
So
plus
total
5.
+5.
Okay. 24.
Okay. The ship's movement is not halved.
Nice.
Hmm.
Is there an inspiration left in chat?
There was one left in chat.
Okay, I'll go ahead and take it. So I'm back to having one.
There you go.
Okay. All right. So, as you begin moving very quickly, you make your distance. The creatures have not shown themselves to the surface, but you assume from the center of the storm moving forward that they are on pursuit. The problem here is that now, a few rounds in, the storm has started in earnest, and there is just the natural storm of the waves that seem to be generated by whatever you awoke beneath. So, to make it through the storm safely, this is going to be a 5-person skill challenge with needing 3 successes before 3 fails.
Wow.
All right, how do we want to make it through the storm? Now, you can, for the purpose of this, you cannot outrun the storm. It's not going to necessarily be able to get past this. So you're going to have to navigate and be in it.
I would like to use nature, right? I'm sort of one with the ship at the moment, coordinating everybody, making sure everything is moving in unison, that we're responding to the waves. We've got everything where it needs to be when it needs to be there to respond to this storm.
All right, you concentrate, and the roots underneath the ship spread out, begin sensing the natural movement of the waves. The mast of the ship, there grows like tiny thin leaves that blow and are beginning to understand the wind and communicating. You see Rasmus, their feet suddenly become one with the ship as well, and all this information is being generated through Tonk like a CPU, then puts the information everywhere else in order to inform the crew. You may make your nature check.
27.
Nice.
Tonk don't screw around with nature.
I love it. All right, that's 1 success, as there's points where before the waves even move, you're already going to go with them. Almost, there's a time where you're surfing on top of a wave and then over it. It is insane. Because you still have the magic sail that isn't unaffected by wind to give you the speed that you need. So, who's next?
Me, I'll go. I kind of actually leave my room, look up, and just being someone who has been out and surviving by myself and going off by myself and doing my own things, I'm proficient in survival and the weather and any natural hazards that come near my way. So I try to get a feeling for the winds and looking at the clouds to predict any maybe changes in the weather or anything that we need to be aware of going forward so that we can use it to our advantage.
Okay. So you're observing the skies.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Okay, I feel like this is going to be a nature check, so this is going to be 18 since we've used nature already.
Well, survival.
Survival. You're right.
Yeah,
Survival. I can do. I was just thinking that as I said it. So survival. Yep.
That's a 21.
Perfect. So your focus here is even more on the weather, and you're going, okay, lightning striking, and you're directing everyone to not get hit. The little movements that the ship can make, because it can throw some roots to the side and push itself, even though everybody is moving. So now the ship is moving so fast. There is like this weird gravity effect that's pulling people off, threatening to tip people. Caljum, you sometimes are in the crow's nest holding onto it, threatening to dip into the sea. It's crazy the way that this is moving. What's everyone else? That's 2 successes.
So tell me if I can do this, but using, and obviously not using the cloak repeatedly, but like understanding what the cloak has allowed me to do in combat and trying to readjust for like, oh, like there's debris coming in this wave, and like trying to use like probably either perception or insight to be like, hey, just like a half second earlier before Tonk is able to like make the adjustment, like call it out if he, in case he didn't
Okay,
see
so you're
it.
calling out. Yeah. Make a perception check.
And I'll burn inspiration for that. Uh, 22.
22. Very good. So any debris that's moving, and you do see things. There's like pieces of ships in this area that are being blown around. Some actually getting airborne in the high winds and threatening to fly across, and you call it out, and everybody hits the deck as it goes by. All right. Now I just want to know what everyone else is doing.
Do you want to go,
after,
Simon? Sorry.
Yeah, after seeing the orb in my hand kind of absorb the lightning, I'm going to run up on deck and kind of try to act as a lightning rod as well.
Nice. Hell yeah.
Fucking love it.
Just going out there. So using Thola's guidance of where not to go, he's actually going to go right to where she's saying the lightning is going to strike, to try to give even more people space and stuff to try to just take the lightning himself.
Absolutely.
To prevent even more damage to the ship.
Yeah. So you see where, even though all of this, you see 3 of smaller tree people who aren't just used to everything yet. They're having a hard time getting themselves attached to the ship in time, and they're in exactly the wrong position. You run and you try to jump over them.
Can I also go ahead and I'll activate one of my rages?
Yeah.
I kind of focus on myself to kind of get my own little mini storm going as well.
Yeah, you get your mini storm going, trying to attract the other storm.
Exactly.
Man, I would say let's make a con save.
Okay. You know what? I'll go ahead and use my inspiration for it too. That's a 16 on the dice for a total of 24.
24.
Nice.
Excellent. So the lightning comes down and 4 bits strike you. And you're sitting there and you hold up, and your amulet's like sucking the energy in. Some of it in this instant rockets around you. Let me actually...
What's that do to your hair?
I mean, it's probably already a little frizzy from my own storm.
Insta perm.
Yeah.
Okay, this is 33. Then that is 16 taken by the amulet, with a 16 coming to you with your resistance down to 8.
And
Nice.
rage.
Well, that I'm just resistant to lightning. But it was lightning damage.
So the
Rage doesn't impact that.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, and with that, you see the creatures below you that you've taken all of the electricity into yourself, and you're holding it before you drop down. And between this amulet and you feel like it hasn't passed through you because you wanted to avoid it. It should have hit you and gone down and hit them, but the storm of this lightning's within you.
Ooh.
You hold out your hand, and the amulet glows bright, and in your hand is a large axe, brimming with lightning, and it shoots out in a beam, expelling the energy that you absorbed.
This is cool.
The rest of this, you see electricity kind of moving around you, circling around your arms, as there are these silver bracers with gold bolts of lightning that appear on your person. Around your back, you feel this, you think, platinum strap. And you look in the back and you see a javelin behind you. As you look down, you see armored boots with little streaks of lightning.
This man just got Zeused up.
Moral of the story: play with lightning.
And then there's your amulet now, dark, with a dark storm cloud in the center, brimming with power.
What happened? I don't know what happened.
Just Dolly yells, "You're doing great, Simon. You're doing great."
Okay.
And with that, as you navigate the story, oh yeah, Joel, what are you doing? Totally forgot.
So, this has been an insane ride so far, and feeling super inspired by what just happened with all the lightning over there, not even understanding what's going on, but is loving every second of this. And so what he was going to do is kind of climb his way up, swing around, hold his arms open while holding on the best he can, and scream out to the crew and say, "We've got this. This is the Wild Bloom. No storm is going to phase us. Let's show these slippery, slimy bastards what we're made of, and let's get through this." And hopefully persuade everyone to do their best. Ganbatte kudasai, Mina-san.
All right, let's do another persuasion check.
Oh, it's only a 13.
Ooh.
Oh.
You yell, no one hears a word of it. The storm with the lightning, you just choose the time to yell when the thunder from the lightning is just like, and no one's looking at you either because they're just looking at this thing going on, and your words are lost to the wind.
It felt good though.
I kind of stole your thunder there, Jajal.
I see what you did there. Oh, man.
Also, pun intended.
And then whoom, the ship, and with that, you're able to make more and more distance from the cause of the storm. And you, after a good 10 hours of moving through, are able to find peaceful winds. The storm begins to recede. It seems that the thing pursuing you has lost your trail.
I feel bad for anyone going that way. Truly.
My hope is those eggs that Jajal released from the floor will shrivel up in the sun.
Yeah, we will, hope.
I'll go ahead and I'll find Caldrum and hand him his rapier back.
That weapon seems more suited to one of your size. Can I just strap my rapier back on?
Just so you know, he's like 5'3".
Oh,
It weighs like 110 pounds. The axe looks like it weighs more than he does, but it doesn't look like it weighs anything to him.
do you have at least like bulging muscles or
Nope.
no? Okay, fair enough.
Very, very wiry. It does not look like it belongs to him, but
Um,
he's wielding it like it weighs nothing.
It looks like you'd be more suited to a rapier, but
As I
by all means.
basically swing it around like it's nothing, I'm like, no, I like this.
All right. All right. So, Calm sees again your course somewhat set. What would you like to do?
Well, we just had to travel for 10 hours to get out of the storm,
Yeah.
so probably sleep and set up watches if possible. I'd offer to take the first with Cinnamorris. Or Cinnamorris would at least be up taking watch with me.
Okay.
Simon finds a spot on the deck where he'd be out of the way and kind of just curls up and lays down there.
Simon, we have hammocks if you'd like.
Where are the hammocks?
I show Simon to where the hammocks are for like the guests. So I guess it's the same room where Jajal, or not Jajal's, but
it's underneath.
Thola's. Yeah.
I'll sleep outside.
You're also welcome to just set one up out here. Jajal has his little setup behind the wheel. If he's not there, I'm sure he wouldn't mind.
Feel free.
Okay. I'm not sure if I've slept in the hammock before.
It can be a little disconcerting at first, but once you find your balance, it should be quite comfortable.
So he'll go sleep in the hammock that's up top then.
Okay.
Jajal's lounge hammock with his little palm tree.
Okay.
And as I'm watching with Cinnamorris, I would just ask him how his techniques have been coming along, things that he found that worked well for him, and things that didn't work the way he thought they would, and how he can apply the things that he succeeded with to the trials that didn't, because I don't want to call them failures. It's just learning.
Yeah.
And just encourage him to continue learning, and that if he wants to learn how to use firearms the next time we have like a long time, that I'm more than happy to teach him.
Yep.
Because right now he's just been using like a crossbow.
Right. Yeah. You have this conversation, and right, and takes it seriously and see a change in him. Some of the children here are still carefree, but there's a seriousness, a sense of duty that has overcome Cinnamorris. And you can't help but see yourself more. This idea of it's unacceptable to let anybody down, that he has to protect should something go wrong. And where before you've asked these questions, answers were like, yeah, what? Like, not like learning the process. And you have to go a few more layers now, because now it's like, yeah, well, I already applied that, and I already did that, and you find yourself being challenged as a mentor, having to dig deeper and deeper with them to really dig down to what went wrong. This little person's growing up.
And I just tell him that next time that we're like in a port, I'll make sure to get like extra medals for him to start working on his own projects, and then just go about the watch.
Okay. Happy. Anybody else?
I would have made sure that Tonk got that piece, by the way, earlier. Yeah. Yeah. That was. I don't want to get yelled at by Thola, but that was it.
So the question is Tonk identifying it first before just yeeting it into the sextant?
Yeah, I don't plan on doing anything when it's going in the section to get us an
Yeah.
atmosphere in this place, but I will identify it first.
Yes. Yeah, so this piece does have the ability to make atmosphere should it be completed, and I believe that's what you were trying to get out of it.
Mhm.
And that's what brings the option of it to. But its immediate ability is to provide water breathing and swims. Actually, sorry, just give creatures in a 30-foot diameter centered on itself the ability to breathe in any area without encumbrance. So this would be like the poison gas of a green dragon. It's just nothing that's breathable can affect if it's activated.
Interesting.
And it must be activated as an action every turn for that particular effect. So this would be the same as water or anything if it was continually maintained by an action.
All right. Then I'll go ahead and throw it in the sextant.
Okay. So that just like wing, 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 and instinctively shoots out a beam to the next piece. And as you see it, Jajal, it's almost directly on your heading
Oh, very good.
that you had already charted.
Looks like it's full speed ahead.
All right. Anything else?
If we're moving into just travel days, I would make my mithril plate armor.
Okay. That's fine. It'll take you enough. I think with enough time, you can do that with the tools that you have.
Okay. So with Cinemar's helping me, I get a 26.
Okay. In that case, for a few weeks, you are able to complete the armor. I'd say probably a week.
I would take more time training with Cran, to be honest. That's all I would be doing. Cooking, training with Cran, that's it.
Simon's just resting, trying to get rid of the exhaustion.
Excellent.
And eating, like, ridiculous amounts of food, too.
Same.
Like it doesn't look like he can fit as much food in his belly as he's eating.
Vinny, looks like you might have some competition.
I was thinking company. I'm going to steal enough for both of us.
Okay. Anything else?
Jajal's going to head down and check on Meadow. And in their living quarter, their little section, is turned into their own mini, like, lush utopia of just vibrant colors and everything else. And I go over and, Meadow kind of looks over and wants to show me everything that they've been doing, and I'll take this opportunity to kind of relax, lay down, and let her adorn my fur with whatever types of decorations and flower ornaments and other things that she can come up with.
Heck yeah, hippie jaw.
All right. Why don't you roll for her? Here.
Let's see. That would be nature.
Yes.
So that's what's that? Nature would be, let's see, skill, saving throws, survival. So it would just be wisdom +3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I rolled a 1, so 4.
She's like,
Oh,
oh, look at
wrong
this,
mess.
and begin to push some things. She grabs a purple mushroom, mixes it with a red one that has white like spores coming off of it, and then she adds this liquid that you're not exactly sure what they're doing, and this gas just starts filling the entire room.
Oh no.
Some weird moss begins growing on the side of the wood, and Guy starts yelling, "What are you doing?" And it kind of runs into the room, and the same moss is all over their body.
Oops.
That's
Sorry. Ooh.
All right. And for ability checks, the ship has disadvantage for a week.
Oh, my bad. That sucks. Oh man.
I'm going to be looking at the plant that I'm growing for the gears and stuff. Also, that other extra machine that Bingle's included in this, that I don't know what it does.
Okay. Okay. So amongst your, remind me again. Sorry, I'm trying to remember what it looked like. It was the.
What was what?
What was the machine that you were saying included in what? I'm sorry, I missed the first part.
So
I just need to
when
write my brain.
when I used the cantrip that Bingle's taught me to grow the plant that creates
Yes.
objects,
Mm-hmm.
you said that the first time I cast it, apparently there was some hidden bit in there, and now there's an extra machine growing
Yes.
that I was not expecting to grow.
Yes. So it's not done yet. It's still forming, like fully completed. And it's getting bigger. It's almost the size of a melon. But it's tucked in. You can now see what looked like almost a metal ball. You can see is actually a bunch of tiny parts all around it. You definitely see there's maybe, is it 6 or 10 links? You're not exactly sure.
All right.
You're pretty sure it's a construct of some kind, but you're not exactly sure what.
Yeah.
All right. And anything else?
I'd be continuing to work on trying to figure out the all-purpose tool. That's a thing that I was working on inventing.
If Tonk tells, or I guess how much travel time are we going now? Because if Tonk had told me, "Hey, work with me on this," I would have swapped attunements to my headband of intellect to assist him with that.
Sure, I think we can figure out some of that. I think we're still kind of in this travel deal, and I think if we have the necessary travel, like we get the necessary things the first part of the trip. If this is all occurring as we're moving
Yep.
through, because soon you do come from the standing fog cloud that surrounds the Shadow Teeth after a few weeks. Let's see. And how do you want to proceed?
So, how many weeks did it take to get here?
Let me double check.
Just to make sure, so I can put it in Cran's training.
Yes. Yeah, because you're spending all of that for the training. So for here, oh, sorry, I gotta go to something different. Sorry.
I guess in this time, I would give Tonk and Thola a healing potion, 2 to Jajal, and 2 to Simon.
Okay.
Healing potions.
Yeah, just the basic ones.
Thank you.
And, yeah, that's it.
All right. Yeah, so this would be 3 weeks.
Okay, so I'm at 4. Awesome. Thank you. I thought so. If Caldrum's around, I'll go up to him. You ever wonder where Nora is from the college? Do you think she got it out alive? The teeth just always reminds me of that.
She did contact us, but I'm surprised you haven't reached out.
I've thought about it, but you know, there's so many people that I think I should reach out to, but so little time. I get preoccupied with the present.
This is true. During this time, could I have asked Thola to try to get the last of the ladies' things off of me, or did they get expended when Thola agreed to hand over the sword from the Plank King?
Oh, those marks are still on you. But yeah, I would say with this time, if you want to, yeah, you're able to get the rest of the marks that you know of off of you.
Yeah, I can do that.
So, me, Mal, Jajal, and Pyro still had 1 apiece.
Well, Pyro's gone, so.
Oh, well.
Sorry, I'm just reading my notes. It's okay, I don't hold it against you.
It's fine.
But yeah, I mean, I can spend some more time doing that with Finn and Caldrum.
And then I would bring Noctis back in that time also.
No. We're right before the teeth, just to make sure, right?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, you haven't entered the fog in yet.
Yeah, as we're getting back into dangerous things, I would swap my attunements back to the cloak over the headband.
Okay.
Now, do we get our lunch money ready for one of those giants?
Do I get my teleport back?
Well, yeah, doing those saves should be able to roll that.
Thank you.
Do I get my Do I lose my exhaustion?
Yeah, I would say the purpose of this, I won't make you have exhaustion the whole trip.
Okay. Like, am I getting rid of both levels or just
you can
one?
you can get rid of your 2 levels. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Would Simon have approached any of us during this traveling time, like of their own volition?
Probably not. He's kind of just been sleeping the entire time. It's the first time he's had not floor to sleep on, as far as he knows. So he's just happy to have had a place to sleep that wasn't stone or wood or whatever he was sleeping on before.
I'll bring
Okay.
Simon breakfast in bed one day, knowing they've had an exhausting trip.
He inhales it. He looks like he is a starving man, and before you even get 10 feet away, it's all gone.
So, the times that that Simon does like get out of the hammock and go do other things, like Simon will come back and there'll be like a gadget to make it easier to raise and lower the hammock, or just like little knickknacks, gears here, there, whatever, just to make this part of it easier. Like, Tonk doesn't say anything. Tonk just, goes and puts in the gear to raise and lower or whatever.
He doesn't know what it is and does not use them, unfortunately.
Fair.
I appreciate the thought. But Simon is like, oh, okay. Just hops in.
And then I think I would try one more time to make a shield with a little bit more of the iron that I have, just because it only takes me 2 days.
Okay. Yeah.
If that's acceptable.
That's fine.
All right. So, with Cinnamor's helping, we got a natural 20 for 33.
Ooh,
Oh yeah.
Son.
that's a nice shield. Let's say. All right. So, what else would you like to do? Anything? Ready to head into the fog?
Well, you're not gonna tell me what my shield does? If we're keeping with the theme of the last couple things that I rolled high, it was undestroyable by rust like
Yeah.
rust monster like effects, and then +1 was what I got for Mal's
Yeah.
31.
It's the same thing. You can have that for the shield.
Sweet.
Yep.
I don't use it often, but
effects that rust. Yep. All right. So, and with that, you set course into the fog.
Yep.
Okay. Shajal, please make a navigation check.
Is that still with advantage with the spyglass?
No.
Okay. Oh, because fog. Never mind. Sorry.
Yeah, you move
Silly
in,
question.
and this is a heavily obscured fog. You can't see more than 5 feet through the thickness.
Navigator's tools. Let's go.
Oof.
I got a 5.
Oof. That's a big oof.
Okay.
Oh boy.
It usually takes roughly a week to go through the fog.
Oh no.
After 1 week, and during this, it is nearly impossible to do any activity because the fog is everywhere and it's very hard to see. You could try if you want, but after 1 week, takes another day, and another day, and another one. And soon you end up having 2 weeks lost in the fog. Make a survival check for navigation.
I'm making a survival check.
Yeah, navigation check, yeah.
Oh, okay. Come on, redeem my. No, are you serious?
Worse. Did you have inspiration to use?
Not what you rolled. You gotta call it before.
I know. I'm saying that after the first one, maybe you should have.
2 and a 1.
Okay.
We come back out the same spot we came in.
You spend another 2 weeks lost in the fog.
Oh no.
Please make another roll.
Can I take inspiration this time?
If there's one available.
There's
Carlos,
one
there's-
from Okaner.
I will take that, please. Onegashimasu.
Or
No, I
Okane,
won't.
Okane RC. I don't actually know. That's one of the. That's Josh, if I'm not mistaken.
I
It's
will.
not Josh.
No?
Please, 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 please,
Ross.
please, please, please.
Ross, excuse me.
Okay, good.
Ross and
Because
Aiden.
it went from
Brothers.
5 to a 19. So I
Jesus
got
Christ.
19.
We were almost stuck in there for
22,
another 2
perfect.
weeks.
22
Okay.
is good.
That's where we would have
So-
just ended the campaign. Just in the fog.
Forever.
All right, so I just wanted to get how much we're at in the dangerous fog. Okay. So, yeah, 5 weeks in fog. I need 5 d6s, so that's a d6 from each person.
Thunder.
2.
2.
3.
3.
These aren't good. We're supposed to roll high on these.
And I need one more.
5.
5.
There you go.
Perfect. Okay. Now, Jajal, since you're a navigator, I need a perception check with disadvantage.
Nine.
9. You're on the near the end of the first week. You're moving through. Seems fine. You know where you're going. You know how this works. You know the line. It's very similar to where you went before, and you're very sure you're taking the same path. Until there is a crack
Oh boy.
at the front of the ship. There is this wail of pain from Gaius. Ah! And you run, and the vines from the ship seem to be moving, and you can immediately tell by the angle the ship's. You're having to like pull yourself up. The ship's at like a 25-degree angle.
Oh boy. Ran
And
around.
you climb down really quickly, and you've run aground on some what you can tell is rocky structure, and just looking out the best you can, it goes out farther than your vision. You're on something. Now this will do.
That sounds like a lot.
This would do 55 damage to the ship.
Yikes. 55 damage.
Um,
It's
And
got
the ship,
300.
yeah,
Not anymore. It had 300.
yeah.
but
And it had,
it gains health points after a little bit. But we gotta get ourselves out of this. Oh, that's the wrong campaign. Excuse me. Um,
Well, if we're stuck on this piece of land, I'd trance with the ship and try and do some of the work that I've done with the roots in the past.
okay.
The roots and the wings to try and just get off of the ground.
All right. So the roots here have a hard time lifting the weight of the ship. So what I'll say is I can probably provide the help action to another effort.
right.
well, what I was gonna do is I kind of just wanted to see what we were stuck on, so I was just gonna go above my room and take a rope down the front and see what we were stuck on.
Simon will follow her down.
Okay. You come down and take the rope, and there seems to be what looks like dead coral. And as you look, it's almost spiky where the ship has run aground. And you see that it looks to be 100 foot by 100 foot or 100 foot square piece of spike that kind of you see runs down, and from it you realize what you could walk across is round, almost like this is a massive mull that has been spiked.
We did hit a big ass sea urchin. Is there any way, or do we see any way to possibly get leverage if we got a big plank or board or something, and an oar, or yes, his could even be the end of the battle axe of Simone.
I mean, this is a large ship.
Yeah.
He's strong as hell. No, I'm just kidding. I get it.
Well, if you're looking for leverage, you're gonna need something longer and bigger.
Right.
Yeah.
Can someone bring down Jajal's ego, please?
Listen.
I'm kidding.
These dice are wishy-washy today.
Can we just get a really, really big stick? And I can just push.
I'm thinking. See what I have.
Can we use like tidal wave to push ourselves off of it?
Certainly try.
It might sound terrible because could we start breaking up what is around it? It's like, cutting out the coral, just kind of getting it unstuck, breaking the pieces
Hold on.
that it's connected to.
Hold on.
Tom has something.
I'm still holding.
All right, everything's going bad. I'm just gonna get out my
No.
sensor and put my incense in the sensor and start burning it and just praying.
I thought I might have had other options with the ring, but none of the other options would deal with enough water for this to be effective here.
Oh.
Oh, I wonder. No, I probably couldn't get enough wind with that.
Simon's just gonna grab out his old normal great axe and start hacking away at the coral just around the bottom, being careful not to hit the ship, but trying to just hack away around it, I guess.
Okay. Go ahead and make an attack roll with damage.
Okay. Let's see here. 18 on the dice, so 27 and 14 damage. Because it's just the normal one.
Yeah, so boom.
Don't want to.
Take a slice here, and some of the coral, where the one kind of spike structure you grab shatters, and the ship moves down a little bit, and you see that it's your X sparks as it seems to hit metal. And you revealed a metal spike that was underneath the coral.
Oh.
It shifts and digs into the bottom of the boat for an additional.
So that's fine. We have a fire locked hull.
One damage.
Which doesn't beat the damage threshold,
It does not.
so it does nothing. But still. Ooh. Oh. So, there's metal underneath these rock things.
Could I look down and examine what kind of metal it is? Maybe it'll be useful to Caldro. Should I take some type of check or?
I mean,
Cal,
give some tools.
there's metal down here of some sort.
Yeah, I would come down and look.
So Cal, give me Smith's tools, and Thola, give me religion, please.
Intelligence, right?
Yeah.
18.
21.
Okay. So you begin describing this metal. It has a toughness and sharpness that you're unfamiliar with. It would take intense heat to melt. You don't think your forge is capable of getting this hot
Wow.
to actually work with. And you're able to see signs of wear and tear and age, and you start to spout these numbers, not really processing them yourselves. And Thola, given your knowledge, this fits descriptions of a metal that could only have been forged on a celestial plane.
Oh. I will share that knowledge with Caldrum and just like I don't know how it would get here.
And Caldrum, as you get deeper, and between the two of you, you find a mark inscribed in the spike. 2 horns, almost ram-like, coming off and curling off. Of each
And
other.
we don't understand the inscription.
So you recognize this as the mark of Asmodeus.
Oh. Oh, huh. I would let everyone know that and tell them that we should probably uh, like this it itself is a part of this body, right? Like this body of metal and all that.
Yeah.
Okay. Um,
This is
yeah.
like this. So it's currently the wire bloom is essentially on what looks like 6 of the spikes, and the spikes go off further in the distance. This thing is huge, and you realize this is like a spiked Mala weapon. And you look down. I mean, it depends on how much you want to investigate it.
Yeah, I'd call Tonk down at that point and ask him to identify it. Tonk, there's a weapon here sized for what looks like a giant. Can you see if there's any way to affect it at all? I can't melt it.
You say sized for a giant. No giant I'm aware of gets this big. This is sized for a god.
That would be right. Asmodeus, to be correct. And exact. Which is the Lord of the Nine Hells.
I look at Caldrum, just pointedly look at Caldrum and saying, I am not risking myself identifying this thing.
Then how do we get the wild bloom off of it if we don't have a way to shrink it or something?
This weapon is more powerful than Jajol's whip. This is... I would assume that this is... this maul was at one point wielded by Asmodeus himself from the size of this. I don't know that we can do anything to this metal, shrink it, or anything. We just need to get off of this. But the sheer power of this thing is something I don't want to touch, and you've seen the shit that I've played with.
So he was like a tall dude.
A very tall dude. Jaja.
Like, I don't even want to identify this coming from the same dude that at the start of this campaign just grabbed a super powerful magical orb and thought he could wield it, right? I don't even want to identify this.
I had an orb that was powerful. It gave me things like this. I hold up the big axes.
I want to do something crazy, but I'm not going to do it. And it's obviously, what if I look underwater, or feel, try to get some sense or feel of how big it is under the water? How could I tell?
I mean, you'd have to go into water and travel.
No, I mean, like I just want to. I would get in the water. That's totally fine, and just look.
Yeah. Well, again, you're still in the fog here, so
Oh,
that's the issue.
God dang it. All right. Tonk, do you think you could push us, invoking the power of nature?
Alright.
It's that, or Cinemoris and I can start forging cranks.
Alright, I lost you guys for a second there. Yeah, I'll give it a try. Everybody get back on board.
All right, I'll climb up and get back on board there.
Same.
Eyeing this huge.
I get everybody to just be on the opposite side of the ship to try to relieve as much pressure from the spots that are stuck.
And I'm assuming that Gaius and the roots and all that are still trying, even though they can't really accomplish.
So I'm confused. What are you attempting to do? I kind of missed the plan.
I think it's tidal waving it.
I'm gonna
Okay.
hop down into the water so that I'm completely submerged,
Okay.
and I'm gonna tidal wave against the side of the wild bloom at an upward angle to hopefully lift it off these spikes.
Okay.
And then the rest of us move to a point where we're putting as little pressure on to the spikes as possible. So just opposite corner of the ship.
Okay. Then let's see here for tidal wave. You're going to angle. So go ahead and do your spellcasting modifier, which I believe is intelligence, with advantage, attempting to move this off. Then.
All right. Thank God for the advantage. Didn't need to nat one that. So 23.
Nice. So you summon, water moves across the coral behind you.
Hey, bud.
And the ship rears up and crashes about 40 feet back. And one of the roots comes up to grab you and place you onto the ship. You are free from them all.
I also did 15 damage to
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
Is that about
That
the
doesn't make the
threshold?
threshold, I don't think. It has to be like 20, 25 or something.
Okay, no, then we're
The
good.
threshold is 15.
Oh, is it? Well, then does no. Does,
Yeah,
does,
there's
Just-
no doubt.
Just
No
barely does no damage.
damage.
While we were all kind of like waiting around and stuff like that, now that I think about it, I would have probably tried to communicate with Sizzlezeth, the Merilith that's in the lash, and asked if it could communicate with them all.
I can try.
Well, say hi or something. I don't know.
say hi.
Paul.
Fades into the darkness.
You hear back. It greets us in return.
Oh shit. Ask him how he's doing.
Restless.
Oh, he can't sleep. Oh,
He yearns for freedom and to be weirded once more.
bro, he's huge. How?
Bro, he's huge.
You just told me to ask the questions. Don't tell me if anything's logical.
That's fair. Well, I wish him luck. Her luck. It luck. You know.
Do you want me to ask how?
I
Oh. He says, release my wielder encased with me.
Oh, good to know. Thanks. We'll work on that.
He says he's being held. I think it's a whole island of his wielder and him. That's what he's talking about.
The whole island is them? Awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that.
They want to net. Are we going to help? They're asking.
Tell them we're going to find a way. We're going to look into it.
Okay. Jajal,
Yeah.
he says, upon this solemn vow, I grant thee power as a side of your pledge.
The first thing you are trying to reach is no longer available at this line. Please hang up and try
There
again.
is red light energy flowing around you.
I'm so upset I missed that part. It cut out for me, damn it.
Oh,
Guys,
Oh, he's getting stuff like I did, right?
I just turn. Jajal, what did you do?
I was just having a conversation.
With who?
Talk, he's doing this while you're trying to get the ship going. I'm sorry, I have to be serious. As you move out, there's like a tremor in the mall that you're standing on. Boom! You're like, maybe I did really good there. As it brings you. And here's the thing, everyone. It is the limited visibility. You can't see Jajal. Because I've established it's 5 feet.
Oh no.
Well, we did all move to the same side of the ship, so
True.
somebody had to have been sitting next
I would
to
say
Jajal.
those of you at the back of the ship, yes. Not Dunk, but the rest of you. Definitively.
I'm getting my sensor and putting it on Jajal. That's just, you're getting incensed now, bro. Just like, yes.
What have you done, Jajal?
So,
Where's your new stuff? That's what's supposed to happen, right?
uh,
New energy and new stuff.
I was just thinking maybe we could say hi, and now it wants us to free him. Them. Both of them.
How many creatures claim ownership over your soul at this point?
Wait, that's a thing?
Most.
Sorry.
Do you remember the Curse Eater?
Yes.
How he inhabited that woman? I forget her name.
Yes.
Similar pact.
Okay, but we're gonna have to talk on this later, because but what do we do about I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question. Oh god, I'm panicking. Okay, so they want to know if we're gonna help.
What is trapped with? Who is its wielder?
Oh, well, I don't know if I should ask them again. I'm nervous.
Is there any like physical marking on him outside after the red light?
I'm getting there.
Oh,
I wasn't. I gotta be honest. I wasn't quite prepared. I should have been. This is on me. With Jajal. Well, again, it was random dice, so I don't know. But so it was
just
a
trying to
random
say hi.
encounter. But okay.
I think I've said curiosity kills a cat a few times during this campaign.
He's still got like 6 lives though.
I know.
There is no physical mark on them.
Okay.
Um,
Well, you've struck the deal. Might as well get as much information as you can as to what you're expected to do.
Now Tonk is in the conversation.
Hold on. What deal? What deal?
I was just like, hey, asking how it was going, and
Hold on. You asked who?
well, my whip can talk to it.
Can talk to what?
The mall, the giant thing, the thing that we were
The-
trying to get off
The
of.
mace that
Wait,
you just
weapons?
freed us from.
Oh, hold
you
on.
talk to
hold on.
your weapon
Hold-
can talk?
Hold on.
To me.
Jajal, I want to be perfectly clear. you talked to your whip,
Yes.
who then talked to that mole,
Yes.
and you made a deal with the mole.
Okay, no, see what happened was I asked how they were doing. I said hi. I didn't even think it was going to work. And they were really talkative, and it turns out that they wanted us to free them, and I panicked, and I was like, yeah, we'll look into it.
He mentioned freeing the creature that is being held alongside it, which is this entire island, would free them all because it wishes to be wielded once more.
So now I don't know what to do. Because we didn't shake on it, but...
But he had some... red arcane sigils formed around him as he was speaking to them all.
He was
The
he went
mates.
all glowy. Woo. Woo, woo, woo.
Am I able to go on our map that shows our location and look at it?
So, do you want to mark it?
Yeah. Yes, I would like to mark it.
Okay, you can mark this. Yeah, that's I'll because you have the blade that points, or Jajal has the blade that points out location, so you can actually mark this on the map. We've already made the check, so we can't change that, but
Right,
we can
yeah, I
definitely.
And then what I was gonna do, since I've met a avatar of the Raven Queen before, is cast sending to her and tell her about this location of this person, this maw in person.
Okay, fair enough.
And that's all I'm gonna do.
So cast send to the avatar.
Get the Raven Queen secretary the information so they can pass it along.
I'm really trying to answer as like the Raven Queen and not like someone else right now. And I'm like,
hello, you cannot reach this line.
yes, I think even for deity, there's a slight pause as they process what just happened. And they go, get away. Think about killing your friend.
What?
See, this is not the first time that someone's told me this.
I'll take good care of them, but
Dola goes up to Jaw. Jaw does the classic smack him up in the back of the head. You need to learn when to talk and when to shut up.
Well, I wasn't sure if the water thing was going to work, and I figured if we could talk to them and just ask him how we got off of it, then maybe it would just solve the problem, because we were just kind of standing around. I was getting bored.
I need you to remain bored for the next few weeks while we get through this. Because right now, even the deities, the good ones, not the ones you tend to befriend, suggest that you might see an early death.
during this conversation, Caldrum, you, after looking kind of Jajal in the face and everything, you didn't find a mark, but as you kind of turn, you see just on the tip of his tail, it is now skinless and thin with like a spade, thing on the,
Oh my God.
on the tip.
You look like
God
the Blue
damn
Devil,
it.
Warren.
I grab his tail and I poke him with it.
Ow!
And I just
Okay.
hold it in front of you.
I don't think I want to play this game anymore.
First scales, now a horned tail. How many changes to your anatomy do you wish to acquire, Jajal?
The key word is wish. I didn't know any of that was going to happen.
This is the now second betrayer god you've interacted with in a friendly manner.
I'm just a friendly person.
Simon's gonna lean over to Thola. What's a betrayer god?
Well, and then I go off about, the calamity and everything, God fighting, and like
right.
Even the betrayer gods don't even like Asmodeus. Like that's what I'm like basically saying. And then it's like,
Okay.
Oh yeah, I guess Asmodeus isn't a betrayer god. He's just a very powerful demon of the nine hells, or the abyss. One of the two.
well, I think
He's considered betrayer god, I believe.
yeah, in the
Okay.
critical role fashion, he's a betrayer god, and they really only listen to him out of fear.
Yeah.
By Moradin's beard, Jajal, we're gonna have to kill you if you keep this up.
What? Talking to people?
Your attachments to these beings is gonna force our hand.
Tea sounds nice.
So,
Damn it, dude.
Chamomile.
Shamamale.
you continue.
Chamomile.
A deeper connection to a weapon has been forged, as is reflected by your ability I put into Discord.
Oh boy.
I coded it already.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's a pretty cool feature to have.
Especially for the route that you're taking.
Yeah, it's.
I mean, if you're gonna get marked for all eternity, might as well get something out of it.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's just that he's heading towards extra attack, so it's really good.
Oh, man.
So does this mean I have to grab it? Or does it come to me? I'm confused.
You made a deal with Asmodeus. He's giving you power because you said you were going to help get him out. If it's
Or at
Asmodeus.
least look into it.
Whatever thing is trapped there.
Can he double? Do double warlock? Can he multipass into 2 warlocks?
He
Because that's what he's done.
I was like, I think there's a thing in Tasha's or something that you could like go into a different subclass.
It's well, he's Hexblade, so he's just an additional Hexblade has been.
He gains the Fiend's first level ability also. if he pursues this path.
I just got the first.
He's already Swashbuckler Assassin. Now he's gonna be Hexblade Fiend.
Oh man. Okay.
You know what? We're taking our 10-minute break.
Valid.
Yeah, this feels like a good.
I'm
time
you
gonna
to
get
walk
some
away from
water.
this for a minute.
Yeah. Hey man,
I'm gonna get ice cream.
you kill. Really? No, you don't deserve ice cream.
I'm gonna eat the whole thing.
God damn it. Fucking fuck.
Jajal befriended another betrayer god. When is he gonna drop his facade and show us that he's just a real bad kitty? He keeps on going far and wide through the fog, and his eyes just keep on changing different colors.
I'm just really unlucky.
Oh man, I love you, man. I was like, why would I? Yes, Jackson. You can watch something while you eat. Oh man, cracks me up. But man.
Oh, boy.
He's a maniac on the fun. All right, that's hilarious. I wonder what the other weeks have in store for us. Consider this is the first one.
Oh, this is just the first one.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I want to go visit Florida, but at the same time, I'm like, nah, I'm good.
What part?
Well, I got some people that I know around the Orlando area, north of Orlando.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I grew up in Fort Lauderdale.
Oh, word. Is that where you were born?
Yeah, in Broward County. Yep. I'm used to it being hot and sometimes a little bit less hot.
I feel that. I mean, by now in the Midwest, you're like, yeah, it's all right.
I feel like a reptile in the winter. Like my skin dries up and I gotta use lotion every half hour. It's pretty bad.
I feel you. Yeah, that's definitely the worst time for my skin too.
Goddamn, dude.
Just had to say hi.
I love it.
I do as well, but it's great entertainment, but
Truly it is.
Chaotic stupid at its best.
Yeah, seriously.
I love it.
I'm reading Discord now.
Guess I'll do the same.
Which part of Discord are you finding amusing?
This is not the treasure boost I wanted.
I don't think that was what was planned either. In general chat.
Our general chat?
Mm-hmm. Well, the groups or the whole page.
The Discord. Oh, yeah.
You can't just not say hi to something.
I didn't even think it was gonna work. I was just curious. I was like, wait, well, this has a living thing inside of it. That might have a living thing inside of it. They might be friends.
Have you recovered, Matt?
I've got my coffee.
That wasn't a yes.
Just waiting on the return of everyone else, so we'll be good. Thank goodness. Still. But the entire time in my head, I'm like, how far is he going to push this? How far is he going to... Oh, he's pushing it this far. I see. See.
Beautiful song. Beautiful song. I love how Steven, you just came at the end and like, I'm just really unlucky. Val's gonna have words for you.
Every
You
time
in
he's not
trouble.
here. The first time I picked a fight with the Plain King.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, it's not really nice to just leave somebody stranded, you know?
Stranded.
Like the mall, the weapon, and the spoiler.
Probably a long ass time.
Yeah, I'm sure they're
All
bored.
right. Oh, so we don't have Tonk yet?
Dad.
Pretty much.
All right. Well, I'm going to at least start talking because we're a little bit into our time here. So, as you proceed, there's further go down in the mists into your second week traversing, starting to feel a bit lost. You just see a light soon, and the light shines, and there's this moment where you hear a bunch of shouting in a strange language. It's not common, and you're not sure what it is, and you see this keel boat, almost as long, slightly longer than the Wild Bloom, but not as tall. Moves. And you catch sight of it. It's made of some type of dark wood. Your voice, the voices are still in the fog itself, this mist. And it yells in common. Who are you then?
Joe Mama. No, I don't say that.
Am I allowed to talk to people still?
No, I'd be quiet.
No, you're not.
Silence, knave.
I was like, can I say like I don't know?
We are-
Dolphins. Go ahead.
We are the Wild Bloom.
Right? We're the limbo chaser.
Nope.
No limbos here.
Listen, we're low on supplies. Food, water. We've run out. Do you have any to trade?
We do.
I like in Tonk's mind. I'm like, do we want to ask where they're from or who they raise the flag for?
Yeah, what's their main port?
I mean, we could just give. We
If
grow
they
our
are-
own food. We can give them some.
If they are truly in need, we should help. If not, be prepared for boarding.
I don't trust anybody called the limbo chaser.
How many are on your crew?
Enough for speed and defense?
Obviously, too much food. I say too little.
That doesn't help me in divvying up portions.
Make actually, I think say we need enough for 18. If you have weeks or whatever you can do, we need to trade.
All right. I know. Wild Bloom and Gaius. Like we have a certain amount of supply. Do we have enough supply for 18 people? That doesn't feel like we'd have that much extra store.
Well,
I mean,
remember we do have 35 people on board, approximately.
But they're plant people.
They still eat and need nutrients. They don't just stick their.
They don't work like plants?
No.
Remember, the people
They have
too.
to eat.
Yes, they are, but they're also plants.
Uh,
Okay.
I mean, I'll ask if Thola can ask if they have buckets for water or barrels for water.
If you provide us with some barrels, we could fill them up for you.
Okay. You're at the edge here, and you see again with the 5 feet. There's barrels that come right into your vision, free floating inland. There is 10 of them.
Did you just say they levitated over to us?
I start pouring out 8 gallons from the jug.
In a barrel.
In a 50-gallon barrel.
I'm doing my part.
I'm pretty sure we have like a faucet system on here, like it sucks up through the veins, filters out the water.
It does essentially, yes.
Reverse
so-
osmosis. Yeah.
Right.
No, that's not it. It's definitely not reverse osmosis.
That's what we
just-
got on the ship.
That's just called being awake and studying.
So how much food can
I would
we
say
spare?
you can probably give would be the equivalent of 40 rations, without starting to deplete and have to ration yourself.
Oh my
ration
God,
the
give them the
rations.
rest of that fucking whale. Just put all the salted whale in a barrel.
Well, you do have the started whale. That you could that would be quite a bit.
Salted whale tastes freaking weird.
Hey, they're trying to live.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not saying I wouldn't eat it in a survival situation. It's just I've had it before.
So how
okay.
much water? These are 50-gallon barrels, and we
Yeah.
fill how many of them?
I said with the system, guys will need to recharge for a little bit, like have to refill up, but you can fill them up. It'll be a little off,
Okay.
but nothing you can't
Um,
handle.
I know that Meadow could also cast Goodberry and like pass off those too for people who want them.
Yeah, you could do a few. That would give a few days worth of food.
So 40 days of normal rations, 20 days of whale, and then 20 days of Goodberry for a total of 80 rations, effectively.
Well,
Yeah.
I thought Goodberry only lasts a day.
Yeah, it lasts just
Essentially.
for the day, so they'd have to eat those
Okay.
today.
Yeah.
Well, they said they're a crew of 18, so only a couple would
No, one of
Well.
them is enough for an entire day.
Yeah. Right. So.
Yeah, but if there's 18 of them and we give them 20 good berries, only 2 of those are going to waste.
Yeah.
I mean, they could eat a second one.
I'll eat one.
So I'll holler down. We can spare 60 rations, 60 days of rations.
No, not 60
Or
days.
not 60 days.
rations.
Sorry, 60. Yeah, that's right. 60 rations, not 60
Rations.
days. Jesus.
I guess technically, if we could we can give them enough to eat today with just good berries, because each of the seedlings could cast good berry.
Yeah,
So-
I'm including that in the 60 days.
Well, here if we
In the
want to give
60
them,
rations.
if we want to trade them more, we could the seedlings could take care of us, and we can just give them like the prepped food that we have, if we're actually trying to trade. And what do you offer in trade for all this?
What Matt said is that we could give 40, and I'm taking that at face value. And 40 is the amount we can give.
Well, he said 40 before we have to start rationing, but if we don't mind just sustaining off of the good berries that the kids can make, is
If
what
you
I'm
want,
saying.
if you wanted to essentially strip Gaia's bear here, or the Wybloom bear, and it would take some time, and it wouldn't begin growing while you're in the fog because there's not enough sun to
Yeah.
sustain it. So you'd be weeks on good berries. You could give them, I'd say, 250 rations.
That's so much. They don't need that much.
Yeah. No, let's just give them enough to get back.
You know what? Matter of
Hold
fact,
on, let me.
why don't I just take off my shoes and give them those too?
Hey,
Hold
it
on.
was just a thought because the kids can make, can use good berry. We don't have to. I was just saying, hey, this is where we could take it if we want. But if we just want to give them, 40
So,
regular
if-
rations and then good berries for the day, then that's fine.
If we give them, we could give them 18 good berries for today, and then 108 rations would feed them for a week, and so we would give them a week's worth of food with 108 rations and good berries. And then we wouldn't be stripping us completely bare. We should probably, not eat. We should probably have some good berries.
Yeah.
But 108 plus the good berries would get them a week's worth of food.
I guess, well, more than a week, 10 days. No, I lied. I don't know how to math.
So I'll actually holler back down. We can give you a week's worth of rations.
Oh, that would be very good. Thank you.
What are they offering?
And what are you offering?
You hear the language again. You
The
don't
lies.
know.
Do any of us understand it?
No.
Okay.
Whack.
And a chest floats up and lands. So it's what we have.
I'm at this point, like, I'm not even going to open the chest at this point. I'm just going to start, like, mage handing down food.
Okay. As you gather everything, there's eventually you see a person, a form that comes up. They are sitting kind of cross-legged on a small disc, and they are into view. You see tight green skin, kind of yellowish around them, very muscular, metal armor, ears pointed, upturned, almost no nose, like slits for nostrils. And with kind of taut skin around the chin, go, and they start to use their hands, and like this food lifts up and starts to go down.
A lot faster than me and my mage hand. I'm cool with it.
Using telekinesis. And thank you.
Where do you hail from, traveler?
We just came from the icy south.
And how goes it down there?
Cold.
Thank you.
Safe and speedy travels to you and yours.
Where are you headed?
To the edge of the world.
Ah. Beware what's under the ice. 8-7 of ours.
We'll keep an eye out.
Good. They float back down.
Again, I was muted for that. I said I was saying I think we know who to feed to them first, and I look at Jajal.
Oh,
Oh,
I'm not very tasty, trust me.
yeah.
With them having gone, I'll open up the chest.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, you should have known. No.
It's just a chest.
It's a mimic.
Oh no! Don't you speak that into existence.
You see there's a nice coat that has a bunch of it's all patched up. You see this folded piece of black silk, a nice braided rope with gold ends, a ring, and a kind of cool looking fedora.
All right, so I'm spending the next hour doing identify as I count out how many 10-minute castings I'd need.
So, you find a coat of useful items,
Those are always fun.
portable hoe,
Ooh.
rope of entanglement,
Entanglement.
ring of jumping, and hat of vermin.
Of course, the hat of vermin is the fedora.
All right. In my note taking, I missed two. There was the cape of useful things. There was the portable hole. There was the ring of jumping. The hat of vermin.
Rope of
Rope of
entanglement.
entanglement.
Okay, and there was one more.
No, 5. So you got it.
Okay. I had thought I'd counted 6 when you were counting them, but that's fine. 5 is fine.
Nope. All right, and as you look at the as a there's a name inscribed, like a little like name that's on the inside of the hat that says Twitch.
All right.
So anyway, thanks for his treasure boost.
Thank you.
Okay, so
What is the point of a hat of vermin?
To make frog legs. That's
I mean,
it.
I guess.
You can have frog legs or any time.
it's what they had. It's a thing.
No, that's sure. Nope, that's all right.
They obviously didn't have a French cook on board.
And hey, look, it doesn't require attunement, so I'll just hand it to Thola. Frog legs for you.
Dola puts on the fedora and then starts sweeping with her broom, the cleaning broom.
The precipitation broom.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Except
Cool.
for when the creature drops to 0 hit points, it just disappears.
Oh my
So you
God,
have to
you're so
you have
right.
to get the legs off without
First.
dropping it to 0 hit points.
Cook it up.
And it has
eat
1
it.
HP.
It's a skill. It's a skill.
Well, you know, frogs, they do that thing, right? Where they just stay in the water and as you boil it up because they're just used to the temperature.
So, you continue. To your 3rd week of fun in the not sun. And as you come to this area, like you're still moving all around, and there is a break in the fog for some reason. Like it literally just suddenly can see about 200 feet and then fog again. And on you see before you a 200-foot tall tower, and you can clearly see on the edges of where there's rocks and such, you see what you recognize as overbright underneath it. You see 2 large giants, gray skin, looking like they have a killer whale on a spick. And they're We're seeing it.
Do they notice us?
I haven't noticed you just yet.
I tell whoever's the one that's able to enact the invisibility. I don't know if that's a Rasmuth thing or if we can all just force it into invisibility or Gaius, but whoever I need to tell to get us into invisibility, that's who I tell.
Fair enough. So, whoom. Invisibility is on. Go ahead and make a stealth check with advantage for the ship.
Do it, do it, do it.
-2. For an 8, or no, -2, so 5. So I rolled a 1 and a 7.
Does anyone speak giant?
Nope.
I don't think so.
Nope.
You have one. Again, talking something. They both look out towards where all of you see them looking down, like they're trying to see passage in the water, and they're listening. And one grabs a boulder.
Hey, bitch, what? Damn, mother freaking giant.
Does Cassandra speak giant?
She does not.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Where's my dice? And they're gonna throw it shipward. At disadvantage. That is 29 to hit.
Yeah.
At disadvantage?
Mhm.
Rude.
Bro, it's a giant. They're throwing a rock. They get like +15 to hit.
Rude.
Give me a second here. Okay. So that hits directly on the ship for 34.
Damage?
The
Yeah.
the damage threshold is once they get to that, then they do all of their damage, or it still subtracts that?
It subtracts that still.
Okay, so -15.
Yep.
So
Well, 19, right? He said 34?
no, I said -15.
Oh, I think, okay. I see what you're saying.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Oh crap! One of us is gonna have to keep track of that because Mel's the one that has.
Are they 60 feet away?
Right now you are at 100. Actually, you just came in, so this is a 200 sphere. So you're just at 200 feet. And the other one's going to throw a rock here as well.
All right, I'm going to start blasting.
24 to hit.
Should we
Sorry.
unleash the flower upon them?
Sorry, disadvantage.
We're still too far away.
Still
Calvin.
24.
They need to be within 60 feet.
Or should we try to negotiate?
Okay, so that's only 18 because they got 2 ones.
So
3. And they do yell, "Who's out there?"
I'm down for a fight.
No, I don't want to fight giants right now.
You know what would be useful in a fight against giants? A giant maul.
I know.
It was a mace, guys. It had spikes. But
A
we couldn't
morning
pick it up,
Morning
apparently.
Star.
Yeah.
Maces can have spikes.
Yeah.
Eh,
But so I will. Do any of you recognize our voices at all? We've been here before, or no?
No.
Well, the last one of you just took our lunch money. Can we just give you our lunch money again to pass?
Each other. We'll take gold. Yeah.
Are we true? I thought we'd agreed that we were no longer paying tolls.
I thought you guys argued with me when I said I didn't want to pay tolls.
No,
I mean, we're
I
still
don't want
invisible.
to pay tolls.
Can we just keep going?
Well,
Yeah,
in
but they can-
Caldrum's mind, maybe we just get close enough and then we start attacking. Way too far now.
So we commit war crimes.
Yeah, whatever.
Wait, what were crimes? They attacked us.
Pirates.
Yeah, we're retaliating. They attacked us without even calling out in common. They called out in giant and then attacked us twice.
I mean, yes, but even if they initiated it, if we attempt to surrender or parley and use that as an excuse to get close and open fire, this is a war crime. Maybe not in D&D, but on Earth, it's a war crime.
Okay, and my
well, we're
question
not
is,
on Earth, so.
my
I mean,
question is-
technically, most spells could be considered war crimes.
Like every damaging spell is a war crime.
Pretty much.
Napalm, war crime. Fireball, the go-to spell of most casters to deal damage. Yeah, that's just napalm. That's a war crime.
So-
doesn't that only count if someone's alive to tell on us?
No. Other people that saw us do it or hear about it would still be like, "That's a war crime. Stop it."
Well, he's talking about the two giants.
You see, the giant. One of them kind of jumps up, and you see large wings sprout from them as a scarily winged creature. It becomes this
I'm good.
and comes
I
towards the
should get
ship
my gold.
and perches. And I go, lunch money, says the one from the shore.
How much did we give the last one? Like, what was it?
We gave them 300.
300 gold.
I guess we're giving
Damn
this
it.
motherfucking lunch money. Man. It was like one was enough. Like two, it's like,
Is this not the second? Didn't one of them transform into this thing?
No, I know that's what I'm saying. Like there was one last time we got our lunch monkey.
Yeah, but last time we were level 5.
Yeah.
We're a far ways from there.
That's why there's two giants now. Shit, that obviously can transform into shit now. Like, what the hell? Okay.
Well, Thola's the one that the secondary person that keeps track of ship's books.
Yeah. So Thola
And-
will take actually.
And I don't think there's any ship's books anymore because the
There-
stuff that was
there-
Pyro's is now Cassandra's.
Yeah, but the ship still has stuff in his keep. I'll take 150 from mine and 150 from the ship's keep.
I mean, you can take some from mine too.
I'll talk to you later about that.
Okay.
I have a feeling we'll all be talking to you a little bit later about a lot of things.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll give them 300 gold.
I mean, Simon only wants to know why you talk to your weapon. So,
I will gladly tell you.
Okay. It takes one of its in its claws and then gets up, flies back, and then transforms back to the giant. And they look into it.
What are your names? I yell out. write it in my death note.
Garistat. And the other one answers, Lemelin.
And Lemel.
We got Scott and Lemon.
Garchomp and linoleum.
Sorry, what were they again?
Garmistot?
Garistat and Lemelin.
Garistot. Yeah. Garistot and Lemel.
Garistot and Lemon Lime.
You know
All
what?
right,
Make
Sprite
that a
and
rock.
Goldschlager.
Ooh, I cannot drink Goldschlager anymore. Young me, I can't do that anymore. This is
This
weird.
is what happens when Mal's not here. This is what happens every time.
Hilarity and deals with Betrayer Gods.
Or the Flame King.
For the record, Matt, I was waiting for you to say that their two names were Vladimir and Estragon, and I just would have rolled.
To attack?
For psychic damage?
For psychic, to save against psychic damage, something like that.
Yeah. Emotional damage.
Oh, today's Shield Hero Day.
Yeah.
All right, so we give them the gold, and then we move the hell on.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's a
Oh,
whole tower there. Are we really not gonna?
thanks for the sub.
Woo!
Are we really not gonna do this?
Wait,
Just
what?
above game.
What do you mean?
There's a whole tower there on Everbright, or
Over.
It's
Right?
their
Oh.
tower.
Yeah. I mean, do you want to ask them if they'll give us a tour of their cribs, MTV cribs like?
no, I'm saying, are we really just not gonna, take these fools out and then loot their tower?
Yo, he turned into a thing.
Yeah, which means that he's down one wild shape. I don't know what to tell you.
What kind of thing was he? Was it a dragon? Was it a drake? Or do we know what type of winged creature it was? Could have been a griffin for all we know. I'm not sure.
A peregrine. Or no, that's not what it's called. A perger something.
Yeah.
Something. It's one of the fine periton. One of the fine greater steed summons. Maybe.
You want to do this?
Huh?
Caldron,
No, I'm just asking. we
I
said,
said I was down for a fight.
we said, no tolls this time because we're badass, and we were just like, fuck it, here, take our money.
Hey, I don't know about you, but I haven't had a long rest. Okay.
Tonk
Oh,
just
okay.
Well,
starts,
yeah, it's also just a. It's
Tonk just
easier.
starts walking below deck.
It's only 300.
Like you're done.
That's fair. It is only 300 gold. Fuck it.
Yeah.
I go into my room. I
Mm-hmm.
trance with the ship.
Okay.
I ask for two of them to man the cannons.
Okay.
And we speed on by.
Like Caldron was just like, like, all right. Nobody told me that Caldron didn't want to do this no more.
What happened to no war crimes, man?
No, we don't
Yeah.
have to. It's fine. It was only 300 gold.
You like
Had,
see
Yeah.
everybody.
had they asked for more, I think then I would have fired on them.
Yeah. If they ask for more than the 300, then yes.
I got my
War
finger on the
crimes.
trigger here. I got my finger on the trigger. My finger
You
on the
feel-
trigger.
On the
You
trinket.
feel everyone like probably sitting down, chilling.
I think
No.
if Mal were here, we probably would have went with a full crew.
He's the one that paid the money in the first
Yeah,
place.
he's the one that chose. But again, that was a giant at level 5. That was a smart move. we just fought a baby Kraken. I feel like
Right.
that is stronger than two
I
giants.
don't have all my spell slots.
It's okay. We don't have to. I said we don't have to. We can move along.
All right, we're moving along.
Okay. They allow you to pass.
They better. We just played them.
I guess as like we've moved past, I'll be like, Garistot and Lemelin, remember the Wild Bloom. We won't be paying you again as we like exit into the fog.
Suddenly rocks.
There's no way they can throw rocks 200 feet.
That's
They
what they did
only
last
did.
time.
They
Huh?
only did. We had just gotten into the area. They were throwing rocks at 200 feet. Those are the ones that hit us. Were at 200 feet
Oh.
distance.
Yeah, the range is 60 and 240.
Holy shit.
They're
Bro,
giants, bro.
goddamn. I know.
They big strong boys.
I said what I said.
You hear them yell, "You hear that? Everyone, fire on the wild bloom should we see it again."
See, look at there was not even two.
He could just be talking to air. That's called an intimidation tactic.
Oh, you're versed in intimidation now.
So you continue. And let's see here. We are on week 4, which was a 3 again.
Is it the same giants again?
Not the same time.
If we see them again, I'm shooting.
You see them together. Fire!
I mean, we did spend 4 weeks. We spent 5 weeks in what should have been a 1-week trip. I'm sure we crossed the same path multiple times.
Just driving around in circles.
Exactly. Exactly.
As you continue to move, you do come upon a large. Sorry. You're moving through and you see a light that's about 60 feet in the air. And you can see that shines out to about 300 feet around. And it flashes.
Ooh, pretty light.
What would you like to do?
Do we remember seeing any lighthouses before?
Not that I can remember.
I remember there was a tower that we saw and took note of, but this isn't the one that we mapped on the map before, right? The big tower that we saw when we went through the Shatter Teeth?
No.
Okay.
That's actually a good point. With the Kanjar and having the map, would that give us any benefit of not traveling in circles? If we could actively have our GPS pin on?
I mean, we made the checks. That was the
That's fair.
time.
That's fair. That's fair.
Future.
I mean, maybe you didn't realize you could do that, and that's why we rolled so low.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, right.
After I was like, you know what? I could have done this the easy way.
I could see your jaw,
That-
especially
that-
with
that
that
was-
first encounter. After that first encounter, you were jarred. Like, when you were like, I don't need to use the magic. We got this. I know my way, all confident. And then you were just like, I don't know what to do. Why do
That-
I
that
have
was-
a tail?
Existential crisis.
That was the advantage on that last roll. That was the oh wait, I've got this handy GPS.
Yeah.
What? So, do we want to go stop at this lighthouse, or shall we go on?
We can get closer and check it out.
You
if you
guys
want.
wanted to stop and all be mighty with the giants, but you guys don't want to stop at a lonely
What makes
lighthouse.
you think that this
wanna-
lighthouse is not also controlled by the giants?
I want to see the pretty light in the sky closer up.
I think we should give Simone what he wants.
So it looks like we're gonna creep a little closer to that light there.
Mhm.
Hey, I think what is this the fourth week or the fifth week?
Fourth.
Okay.
You get closer. And you're careful. No light, though it's still hard to see. It does illuminate shadow, so you can see where the light is not. And you see a kind of rocky area about 20 feet around from it. So you're able to stop short. And from what you can see here, the light sort of glints off what seems to be metal walls on the outside, but you can't make out any more detail unless you get closer.
I'm curious, but we don't have to go on board.
Yeah, I don't mind bringing us closer. If you just be careful with it.
Simon's just staring at it in silent awe, just mouth open, eyes wide, just.
Make sure to close his mouth if it starts raining.
Kaljum, Tom, do any of you curious at all?
Curious, sure, but Kaya's not getting any younger.
You're right. I guess we have been here for quite some time.
Tonk, I guess now would be a time to check to see if the next piece is here, and maybe that's an excuse to stop.
Jajal, please mark this on the map regardless, please.
The Kanjar. Alright, let's do it.
So do you activate the sexton again?
Oh, sure, why not?
Okay.
Why not, indeed.
So it signs out, not at the lighthouse, kind of maybe the direction you were heading? Or direction you were coming from, rather.
Wait, so back?
Yeah.
We're going the wrong way, guys.
In the fucking giant's castle.
No. 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 No.
I guess we'll see.
No.
Well, that's what we need before we get to the end, otherwise we won't be able to complete the sextant. So I guess turn us around.
Oh, no.
Turn the ship around. And on the 5th week here,
Kaya dies. Feels bad.
you do have Kaya on deck. Gonna get in there, and they're looking a little rougher, but not in dire straits. And today you can't find her. And Tonk, you look frantically. And as you do, you see these shapes around her scatter. I need a perception check to see if you can to see how well you can catch any of them.
$22.
22. With 22, you can get one shape in superior detail or two general shapes.
Let's. You know what? No, actually, this is. Let's do one in superior detail.
Okay. Roll a d8 for me.
Eight.
Right. You catch sight of a platinum scaled pseudo dragon.
What?
That is perfect. Even the scales almost look like maybe one scale. Just a perfect specimen that flies away. Its eyes very intelligent. And it seemed like it was having a conversation. It just seemed like it was like you interrupted some type of communication between all these shapes in Kea. But they're all gone.
I don't expect Kea to answer, just because I've never actually communicated with Kea in this way. But as I sort of pick Kea up and sort of move her back towards, where she's, closer to the world seed, sort of, all of that, I'll just sort of mutter aloud, "And what were you doing talking with Bahamut?"
There's no response.
I didn't figure.
Do you tell anyone else about this?
I'll go to Thola.
Oh, that is very interesting. I wonder if I could communicate with Kea telepathically. I haven't really tried since I got my ability. And I will ask basically the same question Tonk did to Kea, but telepathically.
Who's Bahamut?
I think he figured that small dragon you were talking to was
He didn't tell me his name.
What did they want?
They used a big word for
It's okay. Take time sending it out. It's
for fertilization.
what did they want you to do in terms of this fertilization?
Take theirs?
Oh. And what did you say? Or is that when Tonk stepped in?
They were explaining things. It was real confusing. So then Tonk came and they all scattered.
And how many were there? And what did they look like?
What? There was that bird thing that was around Pyro all the time.
Okay.
A small version. A really smelly snake. That's a blackbird.
Blackbird.
Mm-hmm. And like a really weird red skin thing with horns, wings. It had a tail like New Jajal.
New.
And then the dragon that Tong saw.
Mm-hmm.
And they were all vying or
Yeah.
walking.
And there was another one that looked like him, but it like had 5 heads. It was really weird.
Hmm. Do these entities visit you often?
I'm a little disappointed that in all of the options, Melora wasn't one of them.
She didn't have anything that can fly. No, I'm just kidding.
There was a spider. And there were so many. There was more than that, but I can't remember.
And do they come to you often?
No. They said we were close.
Well, I appreciate you talking with me, dear. It's really nice to hear your voice. How
Yeah,
are
I
you
can't move my mouth to talk. You can. Why can you do that?
Unfortunately, I guess us bipeds, humanoids, are kind of built this way. And some of us, like Jajal, use it too much.
He sneezes.
Okay.
Is there anything you would like to say to Tonk?
Oh. You can tell him something for me?
I can, dear.
Tell him I love you.
Oh.
I will do that, dear. Now, you take care.
Okay.
And I'll basically list off all the entities that seem to be vying for her attention. You know, from Deseret to Siset, whatever, to Blackbird.
Deseret, Zahir,
Deseret.
the Raven Queen, Bahamut,
Asmodeus.
Tiamat, Asmodeus.
Yep, there you go. And then who's the spider?
Lol.
I mean,
Lilith,
is
yeah.
is Lolth in?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yep.
Yep.
Ezra, Asmodeus, the Raven Queen, Tiamat, Lolth, Bahamut. What were the other two?
Did you say Deseret?
Deseret,
it's
Asmodeus,
Deseret.
the Raven Queen, Tiamat, Lolth, Bahamut.
Zahir was one of them.
Yes.
Deseret, Zahir, the Raven Queen, Bahamut, Tiamat, Lolth.
Then there's Grumsh,
Asmodeus.
there's Bane, there's...
There was 7, so
Here's what I have. What am I missing?
there were Purple Bird, Blackbird, Smelly Snake, Red Skin, Asmodeus,
Large
Platinum,
fries, chocolate
Dragon,
chip.
5-head dragon, Spider.
Okay, so what I typed in chat, that's what I have.
Yeah. So, also said there were others that she couldn't remember.
Yes, that looks about right, Calvin or Jonathan.
Okay.
And she said that we were close.
Close
Can
to
you
what?
can you relay something back to her for me?
Of course, she did tell you that she loved you. It's the least I can do.
This word they used, fertilization. Tell her that simply They want what she becomes to be part her and part them. And I want her to be all her.
I will relay that. And I'll like kneel down again and tell Kaya those exact things. And that's like you are the best you, and we love you how you are, and to stay that way.
Well, Thola, can you keep a secret?
Between me and you, dear, yes.
I was really tiny. And Gaius hadn't shown me to Tonk yet. I was in the seed. And Uncle Pyro? I think he did the thing they wanted with the Firebird to me. I hear the bird all the time.
That bird is not the nicest being, my dear. So please try to resist as much as you can.
Okay, it's just... And she turns slightly? Or they realize that we're not gender. And you see the tiniest bit of purple and black energy kind of deep within. And then she breathes and it kind of fades, and it's like it's no longer able to be seen, but you feel like it's still there. It goes... It just says it was there. He reached out. I didn't know he was going to harm us. He was an uncle. And you said it wasn't good, so I didn't know he did until you said something.
I don't think a lot of us know what happened to Pyro and how he transformed, but this may explain some things. I will, if I have to, I will tell them only what Pyro may have done and nothing about you, dear. But you...
Gotta keep it secret.
Okay.
You promised.
Understood. You're right. But we have to also look out for the best for you. And he is definitely not the best. Do you think there's another that if you had to overcome his pull, who you would choose?
There's... It's weird. It feels like there's room for a few.
Interesting. Well, I'll start basically like explaining to her the betrayer gods and like the the gods and how they operate, and the bad and the good and things like that, so she understands more.
Why did they do what they do? The ones that we don't like. Why?
Well, because they vie for power. And the best way to get someone to follow their direction is to trick them into believing that what they're doing in the end is for good, when really they're causing destruction along the way. If you're doing something and it's for good, usually it doesn't hurt others, or doesn't come at the cost of others.
Okay. And that's what they did?
And some of them, a lot of them.
It's weird.
This is a weird place and a weird time to be in, my dear. That's for sure. But try to stay closer to the prime deities. The betrayer gods do not want any good.
Okay. Well, you said you'd keep my secret, so I'll listen to you, because you're keeping my secret.
And I will, I promise.
Okay. Okay. So, anything you want to do before we move on with the ship? Paul.
He's about to break that spoon.
Yeah, don't ask Stola because Stola's gonna tell you some bullshit.
Dominic still doesn't know what Pyro did.
And y'all were worried about me.
All right.
We
So-
still are worried about
Were?
it.
There's no past tense to that.
Right.
Yeah, you're actively making deals. Pyro's made one deal, and it was a while ago. It's the continuation. He's only made a deal with one of the betrayer gods, and it wasn't even a betrayer god. It was like a betrayer god's,
Pet.
pet. You have made deals with two different betrayer gods. Okay, it's not as bad.
That's bad. I love it.
Almost. No, it's almost not as bad.
Oh man. No, I think we're good. I'm getting
Okay.
hot.
So, continue with the ship. And at the end of the 5th week, finally you break through the mists.
As we're going, I would have made sure Tonk was pressing it again to make sure that we didn't pass again.
So, as you follow that out, you see the islands known as the Shadow Teeth before you, and it's still pointing this other direction. You were just during one of those weeks actually going away from the right exit.
Oh, all right. Yeah. So we're out of the fog.
Out of the fog, and you see.
Just took us 5 weeks instead of 1. We're so bad at this. Where was our captain with his special hat?
That was a really big fog cloud. Like, God, that took a long time, guys. I can't believe you guys have to do that all the time.
Simone, usually it doesn't always work like that, my dear.
But theoretically, it surrounds it, but that's okay. You begin to move through the island, so you can add a week to your time and take a probably very safe route around the islands, as far as you're not going to come through. If you want to maneuver through the islands, it's shorter, but you're within influencing distance from many islands.
Do we want to give Dajjal more opportunities to be influenced by betrayer gods, or?
I mean, the answer is obviously yes. Look at these ratings.
For the sake of entertainment.
So what do you want to do? You're in the war room discussing what you want to do. Let's discuss
How much-
what y'all want to do.
So, ideally, I would like us to get there without further complication. But at the same time, we were already pressed for time, and then we lost 5 weeks in the fog. Or we lost an additional 4 weeks in the fog.
Yeah. So how much
Yeah.
time are we
So-
looking at?
Tonk is feeling pressured. And if I'm still under the impression that like we're under a very looming deadline,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say we push through.
Okay. You cut through the islands.
I would also vote for the ship display.
Yeah, we can travel the Grand Line on the way back.
If there is a way back. But yeah, I'm down. Let's do this.
Well, we better make it back. I have to collect legendary creatures.
I am going to check on Kea more frequently in case anybody shows up to try and have that conversation with her again.
Thola, go ahead and I think, now that some time has passed, make a religion check. Nope, Shayla not there. Might have gone to the bathroom or something. Never mind. All right, you keep checking on. Okay, and as you do, it seems you don't catch her or anything like that talking to things. Seems somewhat normal. Fairly normal. So, Jajal, give me a navigation check. So you know the direction you're going because you're not in the fog anymore, but there is the idea of kind of taking the best route through, and that's the better route you take through these islands. This is more charting the route and executing it. The less complications are possible.
So would I be able to argue that now being out of the fog cloud, I could benefit from the spyglass?
Yes, you have a spyglass now, so you can do advantage. Yeah,
Now, can I pair inspiration with a spyglass and roll 3 die?
you cannot have double or triple
Oh.
advantage, unfortunately.
It was worth a question.
It was.
Oh, good. I rolled a 19, so 22.
Okay.
Nice.
Very good. Okay.
That low end.
So the other option that you can have is part of the living ship is you can try to, just like you can push yourselves on a forced march, you can push the ship in this way too, and the ship starts to make con saves for exhaustion because it starts to move its actual or like its dashing speed as opposed to its traveling speed, which effectively will triple its speed through here.
I mean, if everybody's on board and okay with that, then that probably should be the best thing. Because I would imagine Gaius is also stressed for Kea.
Yeah, it's up to you. You have to get a consensus here. Well, you don't have to, but the ship will do what you tell it to do. But
While I am conscious of the deadline, I don't want the ship to be exhausted when we hit the fog again.
Would we run into the fog again during this endeavor?
you're not going to hit the fog going out of it for this route. You have a route past that.
Okay.
Is there?
So there's a few on this side that's able to get through, and between all the things the ship can do, you can find them.
Okay.
Basically.
Would one of us be able to take, or could I take the level of exhaustion for the ship? Like volunteer my energy? Oh, okay. Then yeah, I mean, as long as everyone's on board, then I think that's what we would do.
Sure. Let's do it.
Okay. All right. So in that case, this will be a single d6 rolled with advantage. You want a 4, 5, or a 6 for lack of complication.
A 4 and a 1.
Okay. So, pushing the ship. This will be 4 Constitution saves for the ship. First one is DC 10.
What's the con bonus? I don't have it up in front of me.
3. Oh, well, 5.
+5 total.
+5? Okay.
Yeah.
So the first one is a 24.
Okay. No exhaustion. Second con save, DC 15.
That is a 12 +5, 17.
17. Successful. Third con save, DC 20.
+15 +5, 20.
And for the heck of it, fourth con save, DC 25.
Come on, Natty. Come on, Natty. Oh, well, it's close. 17 +5, so 23.
Okay. So, here, the ship is using all of its energy. It's like as if all the energy gains from the sun and the nutrients from the sea are pushing it forward. It's not saving any. The leaves get a little flimsy. They're not as taut and firm as they were. They're not dying. You just see the drain of the energy from it. And it pushes and it pushes, and the temperature gets colder and colder until you see in the distance a frozen, solid ocean. Gaia slows, icicles bearing off of the wild bloom. It's not possible to go by boat anymore.
Are you doing okay?
Who are you talking to?
Guys.
Ugh. We're all right. Just that was a lot.
Yeah.
We got here quick though, so you were able to travel this essentially in a week and a half. It should have taken about 4 or 5 weeks. As you burst
Nice.
through here,
Yeah, we definitely made it some time.
insanely.
We got here when we should have, had we not rolled poorly the first time. Way to go.
There's a level of exhaustion on the ship. And the ship will have to be in port for a week to regain its level.
Okay.
Because a single day not moving is not going to cut it for a ship. So there's disadvantage on ability checks for the ship. And it's 2 that's dangerous because then you're at half speed. So, as you look out, you see what seems to be some villages far off. There does seem to be some civilization. Through your spyglass, Jal, you can see way down some type of tower, maybe. It's hard to totally tell. But you've reached this area, and between all the maps that you have, you identify this as the Crystal Sea. And with that, we will end for tonight. So, we'll see how our group navigates the Crystal Sea next week. And those of you on Twitch, goodbye. Thanks for all the treasure boosts and all those things.
Thank you.
And watching Jal be an absolute moron. It was fantastic. See you later.